It's actually much bigger than a lot of people think. We have a lot of different divisions. We're most known for our officially licensed merchandise across a lot of the leagues, pretty much all the leagues really, NFL, NBA, MLB, etc. So all those shops, the NFL shop, NBA shop, etc. We run all of those. Work with a lot of teams and athletes as well. We also own Topps, the trading card company, which is going gangbusters as an industry right now. We own Lids, the hat stores and the big NBA store in the middle of Times Square. And then we have a betting and gaming business as well as a collectibles business. So altogether, very large and in every intersection of sports. We just actually for Topps got the NBA rights back, and yesterday or this morning we signed David Beckham back to have his collectibles and trading cards as well.
That's great. So how does it work for commerce and how does it work for advertising?
So we spent a lot of the time actually putting together kind of the back end to better understand across all of that portfolio what our customers really want and what is their kind of definitive league, team, and athlete affiliation. So we spent months behind the scenes putting that all together in something called the Fan Graph, and we work with advertisers to enable them to activate on that information. So it can either be official sponsors if they want to say extend their season. NFL season is over in, well, I won't date your podcast here, but NFL season is over shortly, and then there's another 30 whatever weeks of the year, and we have the ability to reach NFL fans all year long. So that's for officials or anybody that wants to be a part of the sport but isn't necessarily an official sponsor. So we can say, you know, this male's 18 to 34 who like the Chicago Bears, and so to make the advertising more personal to them because of how much people care so deeply about their teams. One of the things we talk about a lot is that people can be fans of things, but it's really, you know, family and pets and these kinds of things, and then sports teams as far as what they are like passionate about and truly love. So if you think of a TV show you love and you say, oh, when is The Pit on? And they, oh, it's on Thursdays. But if you say, when do the Rams play? You say, we play on Saturday. And just that little tweak is really interesting for advertisers to internalize if they want to talk to their customers about something that they care deeply about, where they're more receptive to messaging because they feel that they are understood by the brands.
So what is the advertising? Is it on-site? Is it a function of the data and fan information you collect? And what about advertisers? Are they endemic or non-endemic?
All of the above. So we have on-site placements across the 900 sites that we run. About 110 million customers plus come through those sites. And then they can also activate on the data off-site. So we've been working with partners like Snowflake and Magnite and a litany of others to aggregate inventory where you can activate off-site. We have a really interesting product where it's called Sponsor Plus, but we've worked with a couple different companies to say that if you want to show up, if you want your brand to show up next to a specific article or a specific video, let's say you sponsor an athlete, like Delta is with Tom Brady, for instance. If you wanted to have Delta advertising next to any article about Tom Brady, it checks for sentiment, so it's a positive article, and then you can put the advertising right next to that, which is actually, or any moment in a sports game. So if it's, I want to be next to every goal and every dunk, and you can kind of see the utility of those kinds of things showing up in those moments. And then we also have an events business. We run Fanatics Fest, which is 4 days at the Javits Center. This is our third year doing it. It's the largest gathering of sports fans in the world. We moved it this year to coincide with the finals of the World Cup, and brands get very active there. We have about 250,000 people expected to come through. We got 35 billion social impressions last year. We run something called the Fanatics Games there, where 50 professional athletes compete against 50 fans that have tried out across all of the league activations within the Javits Center. And this year we're going even bigger. So it was 3 days last year, 4 days this year. It's every athlete you can think of. Kevin Durant got traded on stage during Fanatics Fest last year, and we activated with brands like Dick's, Starbucks, Meta, launched their Oakley product actually with us at Fanatics Fest last year. We had Raising Cane's, and it's just tons of brands where fans are interacting with athletes and we're giving them that access.
So what is the value of fans, and how does that sort of translate in terms of the your sales, your proposition in the marketplace?
Like right now, more than ever, the value of sports is so palpable for a litany of reasons, but one of which is that it's just one of the fewer zeitgeisty type things that we have. You know, certainly I remember the finale of MASH and the finale of Seinfeld and the finale of Friends, and for the most part, those kinds of things don't happen in unison anymore, and so those water cooler moments don't happen as much. But with sports, you don't know the ending every time you watch it, so people watch it more intently or read about it more intently, which allows brands to be adjacent to things that people care deeply about. But also, I think it's very unifying in a world that is getting increasingly less unified, is that it is true that everybody from Boston hates New York sports teams and everybody from New York hates Boston sports teams, no matter what your any other affiliation is. People really gather together around sports, and I think that's an important thing for brands to bring joy, or I guess as a Rams fan I can say sadness sometimes also, since they lost last weekend, but to really surround themselves in those moments where people are totally leaned in and open to messages.